Welcome to Dawson County News Media Day with the Dawson County High School football team. I'm joined by Dylan Edwards, Jaden Maddie, Gunnar Weaver, Joshua Baggett, and Owen Wooten. Good morning and welcome back to the 5th Annual Dawson County News Media Day, presented by Andine Chevrolet and Elite Heating and Air. I'm joined by Coach J-Bo Shaw and the Dawson County High School football team. They're getting ready for the first season in the Coach Shaw era, so let's get started. All right, Coach, we're getting ready for the first season, but really you guys have already been working hard for months now, including the spring game and a lot of the practices in the heat. What are some of the key things that you've seen from your team?
Yeah, I think number one, it goes back to when we started this journey together in January, when we came out of Christmas. You know, every one of these guys were in our first block weight training class, and they have done a tremendous job of buying into what we're trying to do and what we believe in as a program. So it starts there. Everybody sees spring practice and, when we're out on the field. But really this thing started back in January, and the credit goes to these guys and this football team and how they've accepted some change and how we do things. And, I've been extremely proud of them up to this point, and that won't change. We talk about love in our program a lot and being a part of something bigger than yourself. And certainly these guys have bought into that, and I'm extremely proud of them. Our vision is pretty simple when it comes to what our goals are and what we're going to stand for as a program. They're tough to attain and to sustain over a period of time, but they're simple in the terms of knowing what we're going to be about, and that's going to be playing with relentless effort and just being able to play for the guy beside you. I know that's kind of coach speak, but we live it. We hold our players accountable for it. And then another point being extremely physical. Those two things with playing with relentless effort and being extremely physical. We talk about non-negotiables in our program, and those are two non-negotiables. And that's our goal when somebody sees us play or sees us on tape, that when they walk away, they say those two things, Dawson County football, that shows up. And then, before we even talk about on the field, we talk about within our program, there's little eyes and there's little ears everywhere. And being somebody and being a team and being a program that our community can look to and see role models and see how things are done. And you can be really successful on a football field and be successful as a role model and handle yourself the right way in the community, in the class, in all phases. And, that's something that we harp on within our program. And then the rest will take care of itself. We talk about doing right and being a part of something bigger than yourself, and it's all about the team. Nobody's bigger than the team. Nobody's bigger than Dawson County football program, including myself, because the football program is represented by our alumni, by our fans, by the people who wore these colors, by these guys. It's not a coach. It's not a coaching staff. It's nobody's bigger than the program, and it's about buying in to believe that. And finally, our vision, Dawson County is supposed to win. When we put on a helmet, we are supposed to win. And that's the mindset that we'll have every Friday night when we show up ready to play. We'll be extremely physical. We're going to play with relentless effort, and we're going to expect to win. And that's what it kind of boils down to from an expectation standpoint. And at the end of the day, giving a product, giving a program to Dawson County that they can be extremely proud of. Because I think one of the biggest strengths that we have within our team right now, number one, it starts with our senior leadership. And number two, it's a bunch of guys that care deeply about Dawson County. And when they wear those colors, they want to represent Dawson County with a lot of pride. And if you can have that and you put in the belief aspect, I've told them many times, don't ever underestimate the power of belief.
Owen, you've seen all the change and progress that this program has made over the last couple of years. But so far, what has been one of the biggest things that you've learned from Coach Shaw?
Just attention to detail. Like, we're going to do all the little things right. The way that from the time that we warm up, in the mornings, from flex to the time that, the practice ends and we all, are watching him speak at the end of practice, everything is going to be, top tier. We're going to work on everything to get better at it. And like I said, all the little things that we do, they're important. But those are the things that lead us to wins, and those are the things that will cause us to be successful at the end of the day, is the little things that we do.
Now, on the defensive side of the ball, discipline is a big thing. What are some of the biggest takeaways you've had from how the defense has practiced this summer?
I look forward to the defense stopping many plays this season. We've worked in practice every day, running to the ball. The biggest thing is running to the ball, no matter how far away it is. It comes down to a mentality thing. It doesn't matter how far away the ball is. You run to it, even if, you're not that fast. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a whole mentality.
One of the big things that everybody's been hearing is that there's not one person bigger than the team. So as a quarterback, how do you set that example to say that nobody is bigger than the Dawson Tiger?
Yes, sir. We've harped like nobody's bigger than the team. Whether it's, scout team, special teams, every position matters, And there's times people always say, the quarterback has to handle a lot of responsibilities, but really it comes down to trust in our program, and I trust every single one of our guys on our team. I especially trust our defense to get us the ball back, and I especially trust my wide receivers. And we got so many weapons all over the field, and it's just it's a team effort, and everybody matters. And whether it's, like I said, scout team, special teams, it could be the water boy, everybody matters. Everybody plays a role on this team.
What do you think defines Dawson County right now as a program under Coach Shaw and the new staff?
Like Coach Shaw and every one of us talked about, our effort is going to set us apart from every other team that we play. Like Josh was talking about, running the football, like there's no plays off. It doesn't matter if you're across the field or you're right there, play side, we're going to run to the ball, and we're going to try to knock it out on the 3 and live to play another down, So like Gunnar was talking about, the trust with every one of our players, like every one of our guys are bought in. I feel like doesn't matter if you're a freshman, if you're getting in, or if you're a backup player, like they're pushing us. Like we try to fight for our spot every week, and there's not a set in stone depth chart right now. So everybody is fighting. We are all attention to detail. We are all just practicing our heart out, and just the trust and relentless effort is what sets us apart.
What's the biggest thing you think the offense has been improving on this summer?
I really think it's the brotherhood that this offense has. I mean, everybody, all 11 guys have to be on the same page. I mean, really just driving down the field, everybody's got to be on the same page or it won't work. I mean, it starts with center. He's got to snap the ball. Play don't happen unless he does his job, and then the rest goes from there.
We'll go back to Coach Shaw here for a second. How do you keep the guys focused on the moment and making sure that they're improving on the controllables and not too caught up in whoever the first opponent is?
Number one, before I answer that, what's really cool about these guys, and it's a testament to our team, not one person brought up any scheme, what we do schematically, plays. It's about the team. It's about playing hard. It's about being a part of something bigger than yourself, and that there's a sense of pride when you're a coach and you got guys like this sitting up here talking about it. And it's not just these 5 guys. It's that whole locker room down there that we're, as us coaches, we're very thankful, blessed to have the opportunity to coach these guys, because that's who it's about. It's not about us coaches. It's about how do these guys have the best 4 years of high school football that they can look back and, man, I love playing high school football for Dawson County. And then to your question, we talk about within our program, we're a process-driven program instead of an outcome-driven program. We're not going to ride the wave of emotional, like the roller coaster of outcomes. We know there's going to be adversity. I mean, that's a given. In the game of football, there's going to be adversity, and it's how we control it and how do we respond, and we lean on our process, and we lean on the work that we've done. And, it's more about chasing our standard than anybody else. Our standard is who we're chasing. It's really a faceless opponent. Do some weeks mean a little bit more? You guarantee you're right. And there's rivalry games that's going to be a lot at stake. There's region games that'll be a lot at stake. But at the end of the day, it's about us. It's about our process. It's about how do we get the best out of each other and chase our standard, and we're not chasing anybody else except that standard. And if we can do that, and if we can continue to stack days and believe in our process, the outcomes will come. That we can live with the outcomes, whatever they may be. and we spell fun W-I-N. Make no mistake about it. That's how we spell fun is W-I-N, and that's our goal. But we're also going to do it the right way. We're going to stand for the right things, and we're going to do it in our process and chase our standard. And we talk about it being a faceless opponent. It really doesn't matter who we play, whether it's on asphalt or grass or turf or in the parking lot. It really doesn't matter. We're going to play to our standard and lean on that and lean on our process. And they've done a great job with it, and we've tried to put them in some positions where adversity has happened, and they've had to fight through some hard and lean on a teammate, and they've certainly done a great job of that. I'm so excited as their coach to go watch them compete and play hard and represent Dawson County and see them have success. That's what fills my cup, so to speak, is seeing those guys have success and singing in the locker room after a Friday night and seeing them take pictures with their families after a Friday night. There's a reason why Friday nights are very, very special. And, my last point, we take a lot of pride on this. Not everybody is built for our program. You got to be a tough dude. You got to be a tough dude to play in our program. And we take pride in that. I mean, that's, if it was easy, everybody'd do it. If it was easy, we'd have everybody playing football. But you got to be a tough dude, be a tough guy, and have something about you and want to be a part of something bigger than yourself. And that's why I'm so proud to coach these guys and be a part of this deal. And I'm just a part of the machine I'm trying to do my job just like these guys are trying to do their job and our coaches are trying to do their job. It's just, I'm just the one driving the ship, but I'm in the back working just like them, and I'm no bigger than them.
And then the last thing, this is for everyone. If you have one goal in mind, it doesn't have to be about wins or losses, but if you have a goal in mind for the team this season, what would it be?
For me, it'd just be able to look back and be like, we gave everything we had. That we had full effort every single game, to have no regrets. That would be the biggest thing is, win, total losses, all that, just be able to say, we have no regrets in this season. We gave everything we had. We laid it all out there. We worked our butts off to get here. And, just be able to say that at the end of the year.
Great.
I'd say to trust one another. This game is not for one person. We're on a team for a reason. We get coached on a team for a reason. And things are laid out the way they are so that we could play as a team.
Yeah, mine's definitely just looking back, like Owen said, just we gave everything, but just, having fun with each other, building that bond, something that we'll never forget. Like Josh was saying, nobody's bigger than the team. None of us wear number one because it doesn't take one person. It takes all 22 guys, 11 on offense, 11 on defense. But, yeah, it's definitely just, going out there, competing, giving everything we have, and just, enjoying it with my best friends.
I'd like to piggyback off Owen, just have no regrets. Go out there and play every down like it's your last down, play every game like it's your last game. Just putting everything out on the line for your brother, for the person beside you, for the people that are going to come up behind you. Just make a name for Dawson County, because that's why we don't have our last names on our jersey or on the front of it's Tigers, it's Dawson County. It's about the community. It's not about us. So I just want to say everybody from freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, everybody's worked tremendously hard in the weight room, at practice. There's nobody out there that's dry. We're all dripping sweat. There's so much blood, sweat, and tears that has gone through from December to January, all the way through spring ball, all the way up until now. And that's one thing that we can guarantee. We're going to give everything that we got. There will not be, I wish I would have done this. No, Dawson County is going to give you everything you got.
For me, it's just building the relationship with the boys and just having no regrets. And then just later on in life, 5, 10, 15 years from now, just looking back on my high school career, just regretting nothing, just having the most fun.
That's all for today. Thank you for joining us for our 2025 Dawson County Fall Media Day.